China, Tzu Chi volunteers went to distribute aid supplies to 279 flood-affected residents. Take a look at the special Guishan Island, which has a vast diversity of floras and faunas. Selamat datang ke Dial Headline, saya Simon Gan. Terima kasih menyertai sesi berita kita. In Hunan, China, Lianhua Ao village is located in the middle of Dongting Lake and was severely damaged due to the floods. Tzu Chi volunteers went to distribute aid supplies to 279 flood-affected residents.
Right behind me is the beautiful Dongting Lake. In July, due to the heavy rain, Lianhua Ao village, which is located in the middle of the lake, was severely damaged by the flood. On the 31st of July, Changsha volunteers boarded the boat to assess the damage from the spot. Today, 40 volunteers from Changsha come here once again to head to the island village.
Within a month, Tzu Chi volunteers have headed to the island twice. The first time is to assess the damage, the second time is to carry out distribution.
It'll be difficult for the villagers to take the boat to the mainland, so we come here instead to make it easier for them. This is the Tzu Chi epidemic prevention bag. Inside there are towels, toothbrush, toothpaste, Florida water, etc. It is packed with daily necessities.
40 volunteers from Tzu Chi Foundation came to our island to carry out aid distribution, bringing rice, blankets, and daily supplies to our flood-affected residents.
This is a very meaningful event. I will always participate whenever possible. There is only benefits by attending events like this. If we bring our children to participate, it's also a different type of education.
The aid supplies need to be loaded onto smaller boats to be sent to 3 small outlying islands.
Today, the supplies represent the endless love and blessing from all the Tzu Chi volunteers from all over the world. Yours truly, Master Zheng Yan, 30th August 2020.
Tzu Chi provide us with love, respect, and gratitude.
Those who are staying nearby can carry the aid supplies back home. Some who live a little further will use a cart, and some even have to use boats. Although lunchtime has passed, but the volunteers cook the Tzu Chi instant rice underneath a tree, enjoying a simple meal.
Over the past few years, the flood has caused much damage and loss, but this year, volunteers came to provide aid supplies and care. It really helped us a lot.
I too come from an impoverished family. I'm from the village. Seeing these people getting help from Tzu Chi, it really touched me deeply. I'm thinking of how to help more people like this in the future, helping all the people in need like myself.
Love can withstand the wind and the rain. Love can also withstand the act of giving. In Northern California, wildfires have been happening since mid-August. Firefighters were on duty 24/7 and do not have the time to purchase daily supplies. Tzu Chi volunteers prepare 120 fabric masks in order to care for these frontliners.
Volunteers are on the way to distribute supplies, driving through the twisted mountain roads. After August 17th, when thunders caused wildfires, volunteers have continued to visit and care for locals. Volunteers have to drive at least 20 minutes to reach every location, and since the communities are in mountains, volunteers must rely on local maps.
This is Route 9 and it leads us to the Great Basin. There will be a junction at the Great Basin. State Route 236 leads to the Great Basin and Route 9 goes further down.
Volunteers through the community's website have noticed that policemen and firefighters are in need of mask supplies. Therefore, volunteers have gathered 120 fabric masks and lipsticks overnight in order for a speedy distribution the next day.
This mask is actually coming from Taiwan.
Do you mind if I open
Yeah,
it?
no.
These will definitely help because I see a lot of the firefighters with that one,
Yeah.
and they're looking for some, and they don't have time to go to the store.
Sure. Okay.
But this will definitely help.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
On the bar table, there are cookies, life supplies, and appreciation cards sent from locals. This is because after the fires, the firefighters have treated the hotel as a second home.
How many hours you have to on duty?
24 hours.
So like all the vendors are all sleeping right now.
These gifts right here for you guys. If you guys need any toiletries, any amenities, all these great people have gathered around this community and brought these all for you guys to help fight this. Thank you guys for everything. We appreciate every single one of you.
Tzu Chi volunteers have cheered policemen and firefighters up through a distribution. They also cared for the locals in the meantime, as they face the future together with strength and courage.
Dentist Huang Wenguo specializes in doing dental checks on autistic patients. He believes by standing in their shoes and treating them with more love, these patients can also receive the same treatment as normal people.
He doesn't cooperate. He may hit us or bite us.
Dr. Huang is very patient as he often jokes with him.
He still can't allow me to do that. After almost a year, he began sitting on the treatment chair, starting from touching the pillars near the walls. Who would like his or her child being treated as an atypical person?
Dr. Huang is really willing to treat him as a friend.
Standing for too long, so there will be varicose veins. Normally the surgery goes from 6 to 8 hours. I do not actually earn money from it.
I wonder why he is so silly.
If a patient needs 30 times or more follow-up treatment, I can actually finish it at once. When treating these patients, we not only need patience, but more importantly, care.
Using patience to listen to patients' needs and talking to them with proper humor. He is a dental specialist of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. Huang Wenguo has been serving at the Special Needs Department for 10 years, treating mentally disabled patients on their dental needs.
I normally call a group of children, no matter if they're autistic or have ADHD, to enter a mini competition for teeth brushing. Putting myself in their shoes, my kid is like this and is rejected from a dentist before treatment. I think the parents would be very sad.
Huang Wenguo is Malaysian. He grew up in a poor family and took a gap year to work during high school. His journey to Taiwan aggregated hopes and aid from people around him.
This year when I came to Taiwan, the plane ticket was paid by my classmates and the other costs were covered by my teacher. I was bearing expectations and hopes from everyone to come to Taiwan.
Performing well and graduating from the National Yangming University, at the moment of becoming a doctor, Huang Wenguo remembered the words spoken to him from a family doctor while he was young.
He told me that being a doctor is far beyond that. You must lower yourself and listen to the patients. These words have a large impact on me. If you want to help others, you can't be on top of them even if you are a doctor.
After graduating from the Department of Dentistry, Huang Wenguo joined TIMA. Like the movie Forrest Gump, Huang Wenguo provides care to disadvantaged people without asking for any rewards. In the past, he held a concurrent post at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital's Special Needs Dental Department without being paid. Until 2017, he gave up the high-paying job and moved to Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital for a full-time position.
Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital serves others on the basis of charity. So on this side, we really need a doctor with high pay outside. When he came here, his salary is cut 60%.
Even so, Huang Wenguo is willing to take on such a responsibility.
Besides making money, I think of ways to restore people's denture in order for them to eat better. From no teeth to having teeth, the joy I receive is greater than the joy when receiving money. People say that I am like Forrest Gump, that I have the spirit of doing things. I think I have my own spirit when working.
In Taiwan, an old couple in Taichung's Fengyuan district has poor movement capabilities. Yet in their home, the distance between the kitchen and the bathroom is quite lengthy. Volunteers arrive to install handlebars along the path in order to safeguard the elderly.
At the early morning, volunteers arrived to ready themselves for an installation of the handlebars. They must confirm where to install, how high the installation, even before the process begins.
Because the distance is quite long, we have to install 2 handles.
Volunteers realize that the stairs are too high and are afraid that the elderly will be exhausted through this. A slope became essential.
When they step down, they put their hand on the stool for support.
With a slope in place, when you walk up, there is a slow increase, and if you hold on to the safety bars, you are less likely to trip.
Although the plan sounds feasible, the elderly still has questions as volunteers answer their confusion.
We have to patiently talk to him, then they will agree.
Days before, volunteers and the village chief visited his household. They see that both grandpa and grandma can take care of themselves. But the distance between the kitchen and the bathroom is too lengthy. So to address this issue, volunteers decide to install safety handles on the walls. And as the installation process completes, the grandfather is the first to try it out.
Yes, I think it's better. If it's not better, it will be a waste of effort.
I really like this, it fits well.
As grandpa and grandma hold onto the handle, it's proven to be stable and safe for both of them. The attendant volunteers are here to make the life of the two more comfortable.
Guishan Island has always been known as a marine ecological park and has also been voted one of the world's top 10 islands in an internet poll. Why is this small island, which is less than 1/10,000 the size of Taiwan, so charming? Follow a report as we learn more about this special island.
Behind me is Guishan Island. Every morning at 8 o'clock, the first whale-watching boat departs. There are 4 whale-watching boats, which are specially designed to avoid excessive human disturbance in the native ecology of whales and dolphins.
It's very comfortable, especially today because the weather is very good. I hope to see a lot of whales and dolphins.
A scientific investigation found that there are more than 17 species of whales and dolphins in the sea 3 kilometers near Guishan Island. The excitement from this crowd on the boat include that real dolphins have finally appeared in the sea. Currently, you can see these dolphins swimming in the sea behind the reporter.
I'm really happy and excited to see a lot of dolphins.
If you see a spinner dolphin, they'll come to the boat to play with you. They're not afraid of tourists as these dolphins are very cute.
After an ecological journey across the sea with many surprises, the boat then sails to Guishan Island. The topography of Guishan Island resembles a tortoise. It is divided into 3 parts: the head of the tortoise, the shell of the tortoise, and the tail of the tortoise. It is also the only active volcanic island in Taiwan that is exposed to the water.
There are 4 layers of volcanic rock stacked here. You can see that it is actually one eruption at a time, and at least 4 layers are stacked.
Volcanic rock formations of Guishan Island form cliffs, mountains, sea caves, and other diverse landscape. Their nearby sulfur geothermal area is even more miraculous. Sulfur-containing seawater, commonly known as milk sea, forms a clear boundary with ordinary seawater. Although it is beautiful, the water has high acidity, and ordinary creatures cannot survive in it. But there is a unique creature in Guishan Island called the hydrothermal vent crab, which has become an anomaly.
The temperature of its seabed hot spring is about 100 degrees Celsius. It lives there and eats there. For example, some fish swim here and are killed by the heat of the sea, or some organic debris poisoned by sulfur. Actually, these crabs eat those food.
We landed on the island and investigated on our own. The Ryukyu fruit bat are gentle vegetarians. They do not suck blood or eat insects. There are huge bats endemic to Taiwan have been on the verge of extinction in recent years. However, the ecology of Guishan Island provides a chance for their sustainable survival.
You can see the fruit fiber that the Ryukyu fruit bat can digest, so it's a good way to spread seeds on this island.
The food chain is intertwined, and the animals and plants on the island are endless. In my hand is the Lord Taiwan ebony tree. It is a sturdy fruit tree and is called the sacred tree of Guishan Island. The tree is estimated to be 400 to 500 years old. The local residents worship it. This ebony tree became Lord Taiwan Ebony Tree because of mutual respect between the ancestors and nature. The shared wisdom continues and becomes the concept of conservation on Guishan Island. Herbivorous and nectar plants are everywhere, and caterpillars can be found wherever you look.
The larva of the orange outlet butterfly larva makes a nest by wrapping itself up. It is about to pupate and become an adult, later emerging as a butterfly.
There are 122 species of butterflies on Guishan Island. While there are abundant native species, visitors will inevitably allow foreign species to invade Guishan Island. An investigation found that there are 222 species of vascular plants on the island, 15 of which are exotic species.
Maybe their shoes brought some alien seeds with them, and then this species got used to the environment and slowly began to multiply.
Alien species have invaded Guishan Island, although it is still the only remaining low-altitude virgin forest on the outlying islands of Taiwan. Because of the limited tourist contact, the island's ecology does not fluctuate much. All the residents of Guishan Island have been evacuated, and there are no homes and guest houses on the island. There are no street lights on the island. Therefore, after nightfall, there is no light pollution on the island, and looking up at the sky leads the stars to be shining bright. The entire Milky Way greets us, and the night view is unique throughout Taiwan. At night on Guishan Island, there is also no noise from tourists, but the music of nature, such as insects and birds singing a beautiful song.
In Jiangzhou, Fujian Province, China, a recycling point was set up in Anshan Village. A care recipient, Kang Jianchuan, and his mother are both active in doing recycling and also encourage their neighbors to recycle reusable resources.
Kang Jianzhou's right foot, which is under recuperation, is inconvenient to walk or stand. He began to do recycling using his hands. The Kang's house that Tzu Chi's helped to repair has officially become a recycling point in Anshan Village.
I'm happy to start doing recycling here so that everyone is peaceful and safe.
As his suffering is already relieved, we help him to set up this recycling point to improve his confidence so that he can also give of himself to help others.
Pulling a tricycle, Kang Jianchuan's mothers, accompanied by Tzu Chi volunteers, visit her neighbors.
Why do you want to do this? Because this is to protect the earth and invite our neighbors to perform good deeds together, gathering our love so as to make this place peaceful.
At that time, some kind-hearted people came to us to promote environmental protection and how to keep recyclables.
Some communities have already kept recyclables scattered under the stairway.
If these recyclables are not transported away, litters will be everywhere, polluting the environment around this place. You come to do this and we support you, okay? I hope your work will get better and we'll try to cooperate with you.
Some started doing recycling gradually. They kept recyclables at home and took them here by themselves. So these residents are slowly having awareness of environmental protection.
By broadening residents' knowledge and turning their passiveness into action, environmental protection has slowly rooted inside the Anshan village.
In China's Guangdong, Dongguan Tzu Chi volunteers collaborated with the owner of a vegetarian restaurant and hosted a recycling promotional gathering. Here's more.
伸出我们的双手，爱护我们的地球，非碗筷，手帕购物袋，自己购物自己带。
60 people sang of a slogan provide 60 channels of communication, spreading the ideals of recycling outwards. Tzu Chi volunteers held a vegetarian tea gathering in a vegetarian restaurant based in Dongguan City while sharing words of happiness.
If you want to marry a man, you must marry a man willing to do recycling. Why do I say so? It's because he cherishes lives and the environment. Therefore, he will also love his family and children.
Using the clapping hands for recycling, the saying has formed many meaningful connections amongst kind people.
I appreciate Tzu Chi's charity, and I really hope that in the future, we can both continue to do good deeds.
继续一直坚持这样做下去。
2020健康出行。
Due to the pandemic, Tzu Chi scholarship visitations in China have to rush to be completed, changing from an original schedule of 2 months to just 2 weeks. In Yi County, the family conditions of the students are truly heartbreaking. Here's more. Rainy day, cars driving through the twisted roads and humanity. The bed has been filled with trash. Smoke filled the kitchen due to the burning of coal. And what made the volunteers worried most is the water in the bucket.
There's a lot of bacteria in the water. If you drink too much, you will get sick easily.
Scholarship recipient Kang Kai-sha's parents are both mentally challenged. Upon visitation, volunteers help clean up their house.
You have to live your own life. Others cannot help you. It all depends on yourself if you wish to have a good life or not. You see, after cleaning up, your mood feels better.
Another scholarship recipient, Du Ru, her house is hard to find and the road towards her house is also not easy. Her father is over 70 years old. Her mother and brother are also both mentally challenged. Their body is covered with their own waste. After talking for a long time, only the volunteers are able to help them wipe their bodies clean.
Whenever I come in contact with those mentally challenged people that need care, I actually feel a little nervous because I'm worried that they might hurt me. However, seeing Sister Liu being able to walk right up to them and give them a hug, helping them clean up, it's amazing. She then said that if you have love and if your intentions are pure and with love, they will also feel it.
The difficulties in life can be seen in these families. As the volunteers' hearts ache, their footsteps to help these families become even faster. Tzu Chi lives with his grandmother, and his biggest wish is to be able to study in a university. When she heard that they're going to take a good photo, Grandma specially changed her clothes and tidied her hair.
I noticed that Tzu Chi not only provides financial assistance, but also provides emotional support with love, care, and faith. I think these are more impactful than financial aid.
Although the seasons change throughout the year, the love and care volunteers bring towards this family remains the same. In San Francisco, Tzu Chi volunteers distributed cloth masks at the school. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and goodbye.